Collective, welcome to the channel. Whew, it is June 10th, and I've been collecting some messages over the last few days. I got some for you right here. So, apparently, there are penalties when strangers come around the magistrate. Any contact with her at all is going to be dealt with. These murderous identity thieves trying so hard to command this woman and her existence. They want her gone before January. There's a transfer happening and they don't want her to make it. So they're planning on 3D business. They're talking about sending in a torpedo. And they're also talking about California. Something is happening in California. They lost, they failed to obtain the energy, and something is happening. Somebody's saying that her family is the keeper of that too, whatever that is. One of these men is saying that he doesn't know what else to do with her. He's an unknown entity jacking around with a woman's life. She has no idea who he is, and why the hell would he be after her energy? He didn't get it. He did not get whatever her family is the keeper of. Nasty fucking Jack. It can't be a human. If he were a human, he would have the celestial power within him and he wouldn't need to harvest a woman. So what is his... So I asked Spirit if God was listening to these people, and I got a yes. And then I heard them say something about blasphemy. So what these people are saying in the royal house, the royal council house of this royal celestial family, against this queen mother, this magistrate that's been appointed by the universe, is blasphemy. Every threat against her life in this house is blasphemy. It's a zero tolerance. And yet they refuse to stop trying to get her identity, her position of authority. They're talking about a global network of harassment. It certainly felt like that. For me, I'm sure many of you as well. Well, there should probably be a lot of folks taken off then. They are saying the women and children were targeted while the men were killed in battle. And then they tried to destroy the mothers while turning the children against them. They wanted to reformat family of humanity. Somebody mentioned the chancellor and how he put his faith in the chancellor, and she is a celestial cardinal. They deceitfully convicted her of a crime that she did not do, and then tortured her and slandered her for 6,000 years, constantly sharing false reporting regarding her morality, her ethical, her honor, her character. They are saying that she did not commit a crime, that everything that happened to her over the 6,000-year torture fest was them driving their own personality traits and their own lifestyle through her. They were living vicariously through her. Driving her mind like a puppet, torturing her mind and her life and everyone around her. Somebody is talking to another saying, she's only 4 years old. And another replied, she has to be innocent. So they're looking to download or upload their full load, their full sexual fucking deviancy into an innocent 4-year-old. These men walking around on my head in that upper dimension. Speaking this shit into the royal council house of the celestials about their own children. They're stalking them. They're hiding behind their religious robes and identities. They're slaughterers of girls and women, stolen identities. They need an intercessor. They need a sacrifice, some innocent one to cover their karmic debt before they go into the fire. They need an innocent woman to stick their crime onto. These are the gluttonous cowards that have been feeding purity of women and children and such to this network, this global network. They violate purity, sexually transferring full loads of these collective men, full loads of their karma, of their filth that's inside of them, into these pure souls. Their debt onto their victim, and then sending them to Osiris to have their SOL, their inner son, continuously violated for a crime they themselves did not do, for a life they never lived. They don't like this woman's attitude. And she doesn't like the fact that they've been bringing towers to the people's minds while poisoning them and sucking the light and the life out of their body. Putting them on their sick care medicine and then accusing them of being failures at life, unable to care for themselves, harvesting their soul value, recycling the personality, and forcing them through another cycle of birth and death. She's calling them out on this soul trap, and they demand that they be treated respectfully. After torturing her to death thousands upon thousands upon thousands of times, and not just her, but everybody. And she's not full of malice, but this is heinous and unacceptable. They don't deserve respect. Maybe in some sacred shadow space, but they don't even deserve to be in the sacred shadow. My opinion. These men are villains, gathering together, strategizing on how to torture and replace this young celestial woman once more, so that they can go back to harvesting and RIPing children. They are talking about getting a woman into the hospital. Another person has said arrangements have been made. They are telling him that they don't know what to tell him. The curator. Somebody is saying that she's stronger than they thought. Another one is saying, you ditched her. Yes, he did. And now he's falling into the ditch. These people are being instructed to create a video using the same exact phrases with a twist. They insist she needs the medicine, and if they are talking about me, it's a lie. Because I have discovered holistic homeostasis. I don't need their sick care, regardless of what their records show. They are liars. The systems they have created are lies. They come up with this graph of what your temple's supposed to be at, and they say, well, you're not there, therefore you're sick. Well, I don't believe them. And since I've been successfully caring for myself holistically, I say they are liars for the most part. They use the lie of medicine as an excuse to harvest a soul, the light and life force vitality out of a temple in order to kill people and consume that life force. These are evil vampires claiming to be leaders. They have not guided anybody into health and well-being. They've poisoned everybody, drove their minds, and set them up for nothing but failure. They've degraded everybody for thousands of years, stripped them of their royal status while siphoning their golden energy. They call the magistrate an appetizer, insisting that their lie of her needing medicine assures them permission to keep assaulting her. They say she has not a clue what happens to the magistrate. I guess, what? The celestial realm that appointed her is unable to protect her? She's on her own in a den full of vipers, intending on torturing her and assuming her again of becoming her persona? This body-snatching parasite. Do they really feel that the universe who appointed her as magistrate, she has full connection? They've lost contract. The contract they kept sucking her into, she's no longer bound to them. And the universe has appointed her as magistrate. Yet these ones who have no contract feel that they still own and possess her energy, that they have rights to it. They have rights to command her title, her status in life, her being anywhere, doing anything. They feel they are entitled to command it, to control it, to possess it, to be it. But they have no contract. They've been abusing so heinously that which sustained them. They feel that it will be this way again. They just need to pretend to be friends until just the right time, when they can learn what her little trick is, when everybody feels real comfortable and they can stick it to her in the right time when nobody will be expecting it. These younger males should not be given celestial wisdom. They're conversing with these villains in secret places about sharing the wisdom with them so that they can use it against this territory and the women in it. They're trying to create an exact replica of one of her videos while giving it a twist in the hope of framing her deceitfully once more. These ones are trying once more to set her up for a crime that she's not committing. Someone is saying that she hears everything, which means all connected to her hear everything. Their scheme to steal another's life and identity while delivering pain. Somebody sounds miserable saying they're laughing and joking at this. Yeah, they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed because they're seen as this lying, cheating, scammer, thieves, fucking actors, cruel and brutal, running around like there's something fucking special, man, in the land of a celestial, harvesting everyone, wearing a body and an identity not belonging to them. It's sick. They're talking about doing something under the table. And again, the curator is saying she doesn't have a clue. Da, 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 da. It's one of his favorite phrases. She doesn't have a clue what's going to happen to her. She doesn't have a clue. Da, 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 da. She doesn't have a clue. She doesn't have a clue. Can't. Doesn't have a clue. Doesn't have a clue. I suppose if he says it enough times, somebody's going to believe it and get scared. Oh my God. Curator. There's something about a supposition, an idea or a theory or a statement that you believe to be true, even though it is unproven and it lacks conclusive evidence. In other words, it's a lie. It is the mental act of taking something for granted as a starting point. They built everything on a lie, on a false conviction, leading to 6,000 years of torture. And every single thing that they built on this woman's torturous suffering is collapsing. And everyone who built their foundation in such a manner on anybody else's torturing, suffering, and sacrifice is collapsing. And they think that if they can take her out, get rid of her, that they can stop it in its tracks and save themselves. They've been destroying women based on lies and misinterpretations of celestial cardinal wisdom. These lower vibrational masculines could not see the wisdom of a soprano, celestial cardinal woman. They couldn't get by the youthful appearance of an eternal being. They just wanted to rape, and pretend that they were the powerful one. Cowards. So they accused her based on their intent and tortured her while they lived their intent in this world. Torture, rape, murder, dominate. Again, there's something about the chancellor that misled everyone. The earthly fraud leading people to heaven into their soul trap, their sacrificial soul trap, their light and life force harvesting soul trap. After sacrificing the Queen of Heaven, the celestial here to bring home. She's here to guide the children home. And these ones trap them in a soul trap by getting rid of the mother, using her energy and her celestial wisdom and powers against her, and then ensnaring everybody with it while accusing her of doing it. I'm going to go ahead and shut this one off now. I'm going to start another video here in a minute.